Hello, this is the D Tycoon Show, Community Unity Now, and special thanks to Catherine B. Tycoon, who ran for mayor in the last election, and she is our sponsor for this show for community unity and also good politics. I have with us here Bill Morton, my co-host, and we will be having a phone-in interview with Ashley Taylor of Bullets for Life. Ashley is vice president of getting in more volunteers for Bullets for Life, and that organization collects bullets, makes them into jewelry, so every bullet taken off the street is one life saved.
So that's really great.
Yes.
I saw Ashley on a news channel, a Chicago news channel. She was featured, and it was a really great thing what she was doing. I'm not sure because I don't know where she gets the bullets. Are they used bullets? Are they new bullets? Are they?
Yeah, well,
is it a symbolism, or is it actually taking real bullets off the street? Is it an advocacy kind of thing, or what? So I'm glad to be here this week at Community Unity Now, D Tycoon, and we're waiting for Ashley to call.
Yes,
right?
because Ashley is was fundraising all day today, and she just couldn't make it because a nonprofit 501c3 needs funds, and she was fundraising all day.
And I know it's a lot of work. With the Rogers Park Chamber of Commerce, we've been doing it for 10 years, since April 16th, 2009. And to keep that going and to actually advocate for every one of our businesses, our 125 members, plus every single resident, organization, business, institution in Rogers Park, to represent all of that is a massive task. But you put enough time, enough energy, and you include enough people, then it will be a success.
Mm-hmm. And let's talk a little bit about the campaign. How's it going?
Oh, the campaign is going great. I'm Bill Morton. I'm running for 49th Ward Committeeman, and really having a good time with the campaign. We have a little tiny bit of time to get to do canvassing, to get our required signatures. We're doing very well. We have a large team out there every single day, from morning to afternoon to evening to late night. The only time I'm pretty much not in Rogers Park is when I'm doing television shows like this one. And it's been a great experience. Volunteers, people of all ages, and I'm running for committeeman because I want to change the electoral process for the better. I don't want any funny business going on in our polling places. I want safe, and I want fair, welcoming, inclusive elections. And I also want to register more people to vote who are eligible, and I also want to drive up the voter turnout at our elections, and that's the job of the committeeman.
The voter turnout is way too low everywhere.
It's been way too low, at least the past two elections, if you guys have noticed, and I want to drive it up past 20 or even 25% once I'm elected. I want to engage the community. I want people to feel like their vote matters, their vote counts, that they count. I'm down at North of Howard area, and I'm talking to people who have a felony on their records. And they're like, I can't vote. I can't do this. Well, you can. In the state of Illinois, everybody, you can register to vote if you have a felony on your record, and you should. I can register you. I'm a voter registrar. And just seek me out. My number is 773-850-0049. That's the Rogers Park Chamber of Commerce number and our campaign number.
Right. And we need more people to help be registrars as well.
That's right. And election judges and all of that. We want to get more involved in the government process. I want to make sure that people's voices do count, and they realize that. Some people, they say, my vote doesn't count. It doesn't matter anyway, or I'm a felon and I cannot vote, or I'm wasting my time or something like that. And I have to talk to them all. I have to let them know you can vote.
So a felon can vote as long as he or she is not in prison. Once they're released, then they could vote.
Once they're released, they can vote. Mm-hmm. And we have a lot of social service agencies in Rogers Park, and we have a lot of homes as well. And so people need to know we have a pretty dense population in the 49th Ward, which includes Rogers Park and West Ridge. And, we got about 35,000 registered voters. That's a lot, but we could do more. Out of 35,000, less than 20% or so show up to vote. So we really need to fix this issue in our community, make a positive change, and that is why I am running for 49th Ward Committeeman.
Let's put it this way. If everybody thought that their vote didn't count, then no one would vote. And then there would be no election.
And when it comes down to it, some elections come down to only a few votes. Mm-hmm. And that just goes to show that your vote does count. If you would have voted, you could have changed it. Mm-hmm. If you would have been part of the electoral process, if you have an opinion on who should or should not be in office, and you're complaining somebody's in office up there, and you didn't do anything about it. You didn't talk to your neighbors and try to ask them, talk about the politics and what's going on and what may happen and why you should vote this way. Or if you didn't encourage someone to register to vote, or if you didn't vote yourself, who's to blame?
Right. And there are a lot of complainers too. And then we do ask those complainers, did you vote? And a lot of them said, no, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. So that's the sad truth, but I think that we definitely can improve. I think that the status quo is too much, and my opponent actually has two positions already. My opponent is the incumbent committeeman and the 14th District State Representative, and so I believe that no one person should harness all of the power. If Kelly Cassidy is doing so well as 14th District
State Representative,
14th District State Representative, she's doing so well. I really respect her work. Honestly, I do. I like her as a person. But she doesn't need to be the committeeman and the 14th District State Representative. And I feel that it's time for members of our community, people who care, people who contribute to our community, people who want to apply themselves, that aren't necessarily the regular politicos, who aren't part of the establishment, who really want to do it, should have the opportunity to do it. And so that's why I'm getting a lot of registered voters in Rogers Park and West Ridge, that's the 49th Ward, to sign my petitions, my nominating papers, and we're doing very well. And they're saying they're going to vote for me. Mm-hmm. So let's see how that goes. Let's get on the ballot, and let's get elected.
What did you find the people complained about the most when you were canvassing?
Well, they complain about a lot of things that a committeeman is not in charge of. They complain about things that aldermen are in charge of. Mm-hmm.
So that is why one person should not have all the power. The work needs to be divided.
It needs to be divided. I'll put full attention towards my position of committeeman, 49th Ward committeeman, and I won't be splitting it up between
two positions,
state rep and committeeman. And so I would encourage everyone to vote for Kelly Cassidy for 14th District State Representative, because I really do like her work, and she's done some excellent things, and she's doing great, and she should stay there. But as for the 49th Ward committeeman, we need some new blood, and I am the only challenger.
What are your plans to get more people to vote?
Well, I've been visiting people personally. I plan, once I get into the Democratic Party office, and I become the committeeman, I plan on having ward nights, 49th Ward nights on a regular basis. And so we can do more outreach to the community, have more events, and bring people in, guest speakers, and about issues in our community, and bring people in to help our community so that people will come to these meetings. They'll find them interesting. They'll bring their friends and their neighbors, and we will work together to get out the vote.
Because we are all about working together. For instance, we're implementing an event currently as the Chamber of Commerce, because you and I, of course, are a big part of the Rogers Park Chamber of Commerce. Mm-hmm. You as the president and I as an assistant.
And also, our vice president, Mark Finley.
Yes.
And our director, Bishop James Allen Wachowski. And our treasurer, Carlos Juan Callen.
Speaking of whom, Carlos is going to, we hope to schedule him as the speaker for a financial literacy and education event for the Concord. The Concord is housing development that includes the Target at the Carolyn Hedger Apartments. We fought against that development, but now that they're there, we will be working with them to help their low-income residents and their affordable housing residents. They do have them because they, as well as the public, need more financial literacy and education to manage their finances so that they don't get into debt and they are able to pay their bills. And Jonah, our contact at the Concord, he said that it's very, very likely that the public will also be invited to that event because everybody could use more knowledge about financial literacy and education, and there is nobody in Chicago or anywhere else, I think, who is a better explainer of financial literacy and education than Carlos, our treasurer at the Rogers Park Chamber of Commerce, and he is a branch manager in several
locations. Yeah. Almost lived there. We can't say businesses. There's nonprofit services.
Right.
But he is very influential in the banking world, and I really do appreciate him. He's a good friend, and he really knows what he's talking about. And he's hosted our financial literacy events in the past.
Yes, one at Northeastern Illinois University. It was sponsored by the president of the university at that time, Dr. Heldobler, and it was a huge success. We had a big turnout, especially of freshmen. A lot of the teachers there wanted the freshmen to come in to gain better financial literacy skills so that they could manage their debt better and that to try to not get into debt in the first place, which is the best.
Mm-hmm. I liked it that one time at that one home on Sheridan that we did, and Sean, a former employee of the bank, came over and he was a little bit nervous, but he did very well presentation. He did at Northeastern Illinois University as well. Mm-hmm. He came to our job fairs. He came to our health fair with Carlos, and that was really a great thing. Mm-hmm. And that's the one thing about the Rogers Park Chamber of Commerce is we have a lot of great different events for our community, from community potluck barbecues to back to school supply drives to fundraisers for local nonprofits, job fairs, health fairs, financial literacy workshops, and all kinds of great things. Small business task force. I could go on and on. We've done so much, and the key is having these events in storefronts or nonprofit organization headquarters so that when we invite the public in, they understand that this business or organization is welcoming and friendly and inclusive, and so they know that they might be able to have an event there. Or they know they might meet some of the residents there, or they may go to the cafe again and meet with their business partners or whatever, or potential new clients, and they'll order some coffees. That's how we stimulate our local economy in Rogers Park with the Rogers Park Chamber of Commerce.
Yes, we do a lot of community advocacy, which is a great part in helping to build a strong community. Without a strong community, there cannot be any strong business. And we recently have a new member too with Catholic Charities, which is involved in refugee resettlement. So we've already worked with Rushi Hesnan at UIC with Pride. What does Pride stand for again? You got the people.
Partners for Refugees, as partners for refugees.
And Illinois Disability Employment.
Employment, you got it.
Yes.
We did it together. All right, have fun. That's teamwork.
Yeah, so we invited our new member to work with Rushi as well. Her program has ended, the funding has ended, and we are going to have a little celebration with her for the end of program event. For the refugees, we are also working with past cohort members of Pride as well, and a lot of them are also looking for employment. And if there are businesses there that want to hire some very dedicated, very skilled workers who happen to be disabled but who want to work very hard for you, please contact the Chamber at 773-850-0049.
And a cool thing about Pride is it's a UIC program sponsored, or it is their program. I'm not certain, but the program before it was called Adopt. And it was Asians with Disabilities Outreach Think Tank. And so that was really, what we were doing with them, with the Chamber, is we went to one of the nursing homes across from our Chamber office on Sheridan Road near Chase. And we held a seminar for small business owners it was a workshop where the small business owners can be educated as to how they can hire Asians with disabilities or people with disabilities in general, so that they can know about the grant that was provided at the time, so that they can make their storefront ADA accessible, be it ramps or lifts or whatever it is, widening the door, or maybe moving a front counter. Or maybe lower chairs. There were tables, workspaces. There are all kinds of things I learned from this. Mm-hmm. And that was Rushi's earlier project, and I really made a lot of friends.
Mm-hmm. Well, she's a groundbreaker. I don't know about Adopt. I know that for Pride, there isn't any other program in the entire U.S. that is comparable to hers. She's the first one. What about Adopt? Do you know?
Well, Adopt is just more of the same. It was for Asians with disabilities in particular, and we were working to get them jobs in Rogers Park businesses. And we invited the chamber members and other businesses to this home on Sheridan Road near between Toohey and Chase. And it was really successful. And I know a whole bunch of business owners that came, and it's very memorable. When Rushi throws a party, when Rushi has an event, when you'll know that there's going to be at least 30 nonprofit organizations involved. And there's going to be PowerPoint presentations. There's going to be food or breakfast for everyone at the table. It's going to be accessible, ADA completely. And you're going to meet people from all over the world with all kinds of stories. And it's going to be a good event. And not just for the networking, but to get educated and to understand a form of the diversity that we have within our city of Chicago.
And just to add to that, any businesses that want to help hire some disabled refugees, please call. Even if you're outside of the 49th Ward and outside of Rogers Park, these refugees, these disabled refugees, very hard workers, are still interested in working for you.
That's right. And let's transition over to one of our signature events, our monthly job fair. We have a monthly job fair, connect with local employers by the Chamber, and I'm also sponsoring it, Bill Morton for 49th Ward Committeeman. It's about a year and a half, 2 years now? About 2 years now, roughly. We've been doing this, and we've had various locations that have been nice enough to lend us their space. It's been great. But now we're at the Rogers Park Branch, Chicago Public Library at 6907 North Clark Street, Chicago, Illinois, 60626. This will be from 3 to 5 p.m. once a month. The dates vary, but for more information, the Rogers Park Chamber of Commerce is a 501c6 organization. All employers and job seekers are welcome. Call us at 773-850-0049. We're looking for employers. We're looking for employers. We're looking for job seekers. And we also are giving away suits.
Mm-hmm. Yes, the Alliance 98 is our partner in the job fair, and they provided several boxfuls of suits and accessories for dressing for business success. So by all means, please call us for more information about when the date of the next job fair in December, and please come and send us give us your resume, get some business clothing, and much luck to you in your successful career.
And the thing is, the cool thing about it is, a lot of people have been hired. A lot of people have been hired. Mm-hmm. It's really been awesome, and I think that it's really a worthwhile thing that we've done. So please come to the job fairs. Mm-hmm. Check us out. RogersPark.cc is the address.
Yes, and there's still a minute or so left. Let's talk about some of another collaboration. What about that was a little bit before my time. Could you talk a little bit about what the Chamber did with how?
Oh, Housing Opportunities for Women?
Yes.
They're a Chamber member. We've done a lot of things with them. Helped them out with their fundraisers, done some social media. Mm-hmm. We've showed up to their events. We went to the fundraiser, a lot of different things.
What's the difference between HOW and HOME, HOME?
HOME is Housing Opportunities and Maintenance for the Elderly. HOW is located on Howard Street. HOME is located on Sheridan and Sherwin. And HOW is a good resource for housing. It's not their headquarters is not a place to live. Mm-hmm. HOME, their place is a place to live. Are
the two of them collaborators?
Well, they're collaborators because they're both members of the Rogers Park Chamber of Commerce, and we all work together. Mm-hmm. We have over 250 members of the Chamber. Fun fact right now about HOME. It's got those orange awnings on there. Bill Murray built HOME.
Really?
And the
okay.
the joke is wait, we have 1 minute, wait.
We have 2 seconds, but hurry.
Okay, the joke is Bill Murray put in $1 million to build that building in Rogers Park, and he said, "Don't you ever ask me for one other thing ever again."
Oh, wow.
That's Bill Murray.
Okay, well, we'll continue this conversation in another show. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you, Catherine B. D. Tycoon, for sponsoring our show. Community, unity, good politics for all.
Oh. Hey.
Oh.
All right,
Yeah.
and Bill Morton for 49th Ward Committeeman?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
We can do it.
Yes, we can do it all together for a better community unity, and better politics for all. This is Bill Morton, President of the Rogers Park Chamber of Commerce. I am Trudy Leong, and thank you so much for joining us tonight, and see you again next week.